hasn't been able to do anything to Ripper so far, who's built up a Transcendence just because he's been in the fight for longer. Speaking of which, he pops it right now, and the EMP comes out. The timing works for Ripper. He gets the Transcendence to avoid dying to a Tracer, but he ends up getting the value from the EMP use there from Hisu as well. Can't ask for much more as the Zenyatta. You weren't even trying to counter EMP necessarily, but you do it anyway. Reaper eventually goes down though to start. It was 83% and counting, but Blaze's got a pretty comfortable spot here. The problem is that some of the more durable elements of his teammates aren't faring nearly as well, and it's going to be Molfig to stall out the point a little bit longer. That'll be enough for now for the Spitfire.
Yeah, maybe if Hadi lived, you would have ended up using the rally and coming back in that fight, but what's quite interesting is, like you mentioned,
Divas eating their fair share this round. Molfig now needs to decide where to go from here. Hisu's been picked off. He had an EMP. This could be devastating for the Defiant. They've lost Lastro as well, and Atsujay had nowhere to go. This is not the way the round was supposed to end for Toronto, but now one by one, they'll be picked apart. As the London Spitfire look to quickly cap and try to end the round, this EMP, Matt, has to be huge from Hisu.
It's not even, it may not even matter. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able to touch the point. Shax wins a 1v1 against Nace, and then Sada the Winston comp.
Oh, you have less to deal with against the Ana, for example. You don't have great pressure on the enemy ball as well. There's no Discord orb in play. We've kind of discussed this composition in the past, but that may not be too relevant here, as Nice is able to get a couple of kills early on. Make that 3, in fact. 4, perhaps?
So the thing you could on the Tracer, you feel good about Sato on the Winston being able to cause real problems to the backline of London.
I mean, it's a good look for Lastro, whichever way you slice it, Matthew. His Ana is just dominant. Calyx and Ripper going down, so the Toronto are able to find that backline pretty comfortably for the Spitfire. And that'll be an issue for Lastro. Every now and then the Tracer, unless he hits a kind of nutty sleep dart, he will be under a lot of pressure from dive.
Change from London as well, and things have completely flipped on its head. That's a nano boost onto Sato, and that's going to have them end up using their Transcendence.
Okay, Blase there, manual hack into EMP to make sure he didn't get shield bashed by Ansu-J. It's a trade. Tracer goes down here on the side of the Defiant, and the Spitfire have to make it work with 5 somehow. Molfig's forced back though, defensive Biotic Grenade is going to keep the Defiant nice and topped up, but that's a stick Lastro would soon forget about. Spitfire still have an opportunity to get back into this round, but it has to happen here. Good start from Shax. They've lost Hardy yet again, though the Wrecking Ball for the Spitfire has had a limited impact this round, despite there being no Zenyatta on the other side of the field. Looks like the Defiant are getting run out of town.
It's still Toronto gets up to 99.
The Spitfire have to give up the point, and they have to be back real quick. Oh, Ansu-J!
Oh, the EMP is good though, Mitch. It's going to connect with 3, and you have the nano on the Sato. So this is looking good for Toronto to finish it off.
Yep, even losing the Brig early on in the fight here. Everything else works well. Hisu turns up on that Sombra and hits a clutch EMP. And the Toronto Defiant, they're able to at least rewrite to some degree an awful starting round there. That EMP gets nothing from Blase, sadly. And it'll be even up here.
I don't know. This anyway is... Nice just has to put down enough damage, right, to be scary. You see Sato just trying to take that position. You know the supports are stuck in there. But that's going to be a kill from Blase on a Hisu early. No, that's a big one. No hack now. Hattie doesn't have to worry.
I think he just bangerang the Helix Rocket direct hit on a Hisu there. He's brought back into the fight, though, and
this Blase to run away straight away.
Yeah, it's looking more like Omaha Beach right now for the Spitfire trying to get to the point. They at least get an nano boost on towards Hardy. But he's running out of teammates. Again, nice this slap, so style points awarded to Reaper for sure. But we'll be getting a dub here at this rate. That's your overtime done, and Hardy is a little too late to get back to the point. Up a little bit in the churning mass of Spitfire players, but he's just safely farming that EMP. If he gets a kill on Reaper, I was going to say, that would have been outrageous. But he has an EMP ready to go. Sato is down. Hisu debating. Yes, the Hiss is lease. Looks like no follow-up, though, on Reaper, even though he lost all of his shield. Shax has gone down, though, so we have a 5v5, and here's the follow-up later in the fight. Again, it's a slow fight that looks good for the Defiant.
Yeah, I mean, they don't deal with the Reaper right as soon as the EMP comes in, but you had, like, 3 players who are very... But if you're Toronto, you can just back up. Now they're going to use the Transcendence and try and get aggressive behind it.
I love the Pulse Bomb there. It cuts through the Transcendence, healing like a hot knife through butter, and Aspire is taken down. It's still a 1-for-1, and Hardy is again the first casualty here for the Spitfire. They don't have that Wrecking Ball pressure, and that cart, mate, is sat. I mean, he's still sat in Kansas, Dorothy.
Yeah, I mean, watch Hisu to EMP early here, though. You have to have an idea that Blase has it.
Lastro. Okay, he's hit with that. Ansung Jay's going to be the first casualty, and there it is. Well, Reaper's down, so no Zenyatta, no Discord Orb means that Sato can do a little bit more work. It's an EMP late from Hisu. He gets taken down right after the fact, but Sato now gets to run wild. Again, no Discord Orb means that Michelle can keep him alive that much longer, but eventually he succumbs. Now it's Michelle and Aspire, who's looking for that kill on the Wrecking Ball, and Hardy gives it straight to him. He just pile drivers inexplicably out in the open. Aspire's able to pick him off, and it's a great pulse bomb from the aforementioned to de-suit Molfig. Hisu returns here on the Widowmaker, and a Spitfire are rapidly running out of options. Now it's just skeet shooting for Hisu. He sits back, and that's that.
It's a really good defense there, moving though.
Yeah, it's still coming, bro.
Yeah, you still have Toronto just gaining positioning time and time again. Like, you're in a position where, nice shot there from Reaper, but no, nice. you win one fight if you're Toronto. You're close to winning the map with the amount of cart progress they gave you. I mean, think about when Toronto was on defense. It took London so long to get around that.
Shax is not going to be able to do too much with his pulse bomb, and he's low. Just one blink he needs to keep his distance from Aspire, who goes deep and takes a ton of damage himself. This is a self-destruct here. It's going to create a little bit of space, but the Transcendence is active now for the Spitfire. Lastro's holding onto his, waiting, biding his time. There's going to be opportunity soon to use it, but it's too late to save Ansung Jay's life. Now the Defiant, a downer player, even with the Transcendence in play, they're lacking that CC ability and the extra healing for Brig. I mean, Lastro had nowhere to go there. That self-destruct was always going to take him down, and Blase beat it to the punch. Now we're in the danger.
High ground, but Toronto's been able to get nothing, as you're going to get a D-Mech here onto Michelle.
Aspire's dead.
Kill on Aspire. I mean, this is going to be a hold here for the London Spitfire. Toronto not even able to make it back to the...
Pretty quick. Pretty good for defenders as well, considering how much more damage the attackers tend to take just by virtue of filtering in that EMP, though. That's a nasty one. Still, not enough to keep Hardy going. Sorry, it was a manual hack, excuse me. Here's a pulse bomb now thrown in. Molfig's able to avoid that one, but Shax and Reaper fall. And Nice can't quite get away, but the Defiant have the numbers to move in with. They'll be fine.
If the London is able to figure out a way to keep EMP, also, you know, you're already having a tough time keeping Hardy alive early in these fights. It's going to be even harder now. That's going to be an EMP that just gets both supports, and they're going to nano Hardy in this.
Getting rid of the Ana is pretty big, though. Finding Nice after that.
With this?
I mean, the amount of ultimates being committed, or what? This in
like,
general
like if you're Toronto, like, are you like...
On the Reaper. He'll return to the point here to again to go to anti-tank duties, and he'll let someone else worry about Shax, who's constantly harassing from the backside. Nice can really lifesteal through a lot of that primal Winston, but he's going to go elsewhere. Instead, he heads to the back line. The sleep dart was there, but Nice got awoken by something. Unclear what it was. Ansung Jay's gone down. Hardy has to bubble himself here as he tries to deal with the Reaper, who won't escape. And he'll go over the top. The Defiant are going to get pushed out here, Matt, but quite a great cost. There's 2 ticks.
Yeah, 2 ticks. You still have 3 minutes and 50 yet again. You have Blase in position here directly above the members of Toronto, and he's going to go in. That's going to be a 3-player EMP.
A great response, though. Aztac just walks on back. It took the pulse bomb to get rid of Ansung Jay as well. So the London Spitfire have to invest a little more heavily there, as the Defiant are actually able to disengage.
I feel like, though, they're almost in a position where they just want to use the nano to try and keep Hardy alive. I mean, he's dying so early in some of these fights.
That bio was sick. Nicely done from Reaper. Hit Michelle and Ansung Jay, if I'm not mistaken, so that is how you win a fight cheaply. 1 ultimate committed. Nice has got nowhere to go. And then the Spitfire are easing into this defense a little bit more now. Their just margin of error is very slim. But immediately to his rescue comes Hardy. It's going to be an EMP that catches both frontliners, and Sato needs to make good on the back line, but he gets slept by Reaper, who's had an excellent Ana round so far. And now there'll be a manual hack on the Winston. Sato has to trundle away, and he won't be allowed to escape. Nice actually decides to pop the Death Blossom and catches Shax, but it doesn't look great in the aftermath.
Yeah, I guess if you're just going to kind of invest the Nano, invest Primal, you may as well maybe use the Death Blossom and then hold it a bit longer, as they look much better here on the second point.
Oh, the timing! It's great! Ansung Jay was going to give a lot of healing and armor to his teammates. If that Pulse Bomb hadn't connected, Shax really cuts that off at the quick. And that was really one of the best chances for the Defiant to have a durable chance at a team fight. They've lost that. They've got no EMP. The Tracer Switch means no, Death Blossom on the horizon. This is not good for the Defiant. Point here, but has to give that up pretty quickly to try and get some peel going on. Pulse connected somehow. Molfig actually walked backwards into it after losing the mech. Not good for the Spitfire. The defense has been pretty airtight so far. They've lost Blase as well. And I don't know if Hardy can do much more from here than he's already done. 2 kills is big. Getting Aztec out of the equation is also massive. It's hard for the Defiant to have a long fight now without that Ana in the mix. Self-destruct is really only good for a remake here from Michelle, and Sato is trying to sow as much chaos as possible. But now that he's grounded by being hacked, what more can he do? Hardy gets a nano boost now and is threatening that front line. Sato is down, Michelle is desuited, and he'll be removed as well. 78.9 is all the Defiant are going to get here on Anubis.
So a pretty nice here at the choke to protect these supports, or else the Faro would just drop right down on their head.
Yeah, getting past this archway is,
they're gonna kill
gonna
Aztec.
be tough. That's pretty huge. Blase gets himself into the back line here. Nano boost has been deployed on Kellex. They want to keep him alive. They know they get a crucial pick, so keeping the brig up, letting her brawl a little bit maybe, punish Sato's Wrecking Ball. It forces him out of the way at the very least here. The cap has begun, 1.5 ticks for the Spitfire, and it's looking like it's going to end in a similar fashion. I like that. Good hack on Sato. They chase it down. Everybody follows up on the Wrecking Ball. And the Spitfire looking pretty good so far.
So odd. So this will be a nano here and EMP use, trying to just stabilize on defense now for Toronto.
As the EMP starts off the fight, they actually, I mean, they spend big in that fight, Matthew.
Yeah, they have to, right? But now London comes back with...
Maybe that forced an early recall or God knows what. Either way, not a good result here for the Defiant, but they can recover because they're obviously much closer to the situation. But they've lost Hishu now as well. That EMP is going to be taking a while to build up once more. Sato's heroics, though, have really kept this alive for the Defiant. Nice primal.
And what's bad about this, though, Mitch? Well, we didn't get to see it from our POV, but Sato popped the primal, jumped in, and got selected midair. What is Blase looking for with this EMP?
They want Toronto to come back to the point, I think, in the fight to happen there. Okay, no. Yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty deep EMP. What's the follow-up looking like? Wow, Shax gets blown up instantly. Nice couldn't blink away, so you understand why he maybe gets eliminated there. And Hardy needs a kill here. We got Nice before that, so that's a great way of displacing that Brig player. He gets a nano boost now, so Hardy wants to, get some proper eliminations here and get those spawns on the timer. But no one's really giving him a straight-up fight. Still the 1 tick right now, Michelle. Okay, self-destruct, can't desuit again. Now self-destruct thrown into the catacombs. Shax with 2. That'll be it, surely. Aztec going down, but killing an enemy Tracer with a pulse bomb is quite notable. Ansu J goes for the rally, but gets blown up before he can do anything with it. Sato needs to buy some time, and he does more than that. He buys a frag on Shax.
Not enough, yeah.
What a messy fight. I mean, that kill there on the Tracer is so big. Here goes the rally. Reaper trying to keep Hardy topped up, immediately deploys the nano. He thought about the backline, but instead would try and contest. He knows he can't really leave the point, or he's probably afraid to do so. Hansu J's taken down there. Shax combining nicely with Hardy. The damage was there in full. 2 for 2 though. Hisu's forced out of position here after the EMP gets deployed, and Hardy has a primal. Okay, needs Sato for that. He gets him. Michelle trying to stall out here, and we see Nice come back in on the Reaper. Sorry, it's Hisu rather. Shax's pulse bomb. Needs a multi-kill. 1, how many? Just the 1, and he gets traded, and Shax knows just how much that hurts the Spitfire. They won't be getting a cap here. They're going to block you if I run out of DM. And that's how important it is to keep the Zenyatta standing. But Malfi's not going anywhere for the time being. He's hacked, but well and truly out of the purview of the rest of the Defiant, so he can recover.
Right, but that's where you want to have another player in position to dive there. That's a hack on the Shax, and then you're able to take him out. That's a huge opening here for Toronto.
Yeah, look, one of the biggest performers for the Spitfire now has been taken off the table. Kellex is also removed by Nice as he finally feels he can be a bit more aggressive. That's a Transcendence from Ripper. And that's all I'll say about that one.
I think he was trying to save Molf. Maybe trying to save another player who's just a little bit late, but Molf's going to lose his mech. You're going to lose Ripper as well. You see Molf just trying to get into line of sight of Kellex to get those armor packs, but that's going to be a minefield on the point. Maybe you can keep this going here if you're London.
Kellex is taken down by the barrage here. Shax staying alive would have been a win condition for sure. Nice is able to pick him off as Shax was just looking elsewhere, as you tend to do in the heat of battle. And so the Defiant takes him about his own lines to get topped up. Doesn't want to stand in front of Reaper for 3 seconds. EMP's here. Frontline is the only thing that's hit, but Sato survives it. Oh, he gets the nano boost now as well, so EMP doesn't find too much there.
I mean, you EMP and you lose everybody in the fight. That's crazy. As you have Sato go over to Winston because they see the Ana on the other side. It's an easy dive target. No
yeah, look, it gives pause for thought for the Defiant. They don't want to go too close, but Sato's clearing them right now, and straight from above, it's nice. Getting rid of Reaper there. Yeah, that might be enough. Kellex is, well, completely lost at sea. They're trying to get back towards his spawn. Nice, showing some really dynamic fire play here, Matt.
Yeah, the comp is so mobile for Toronto that, like, who is that minefield really kind of deterring from getting through the choke? Slowing them down at this point doesn't really help you. You need fight wins.
Shax knows there's a defense matrix in place, so he just goes the old-fashioned way. Slappers only, gets rid of Lastro, and that's a stick. Not too bad, takes Michelle rather low, but Sato gets rid of Reaper yet again. He's being targeted this map so far. So half of the Spitfire to keep their flex support in play, and he gets yet another one. Nice knockoff there on Kellex. The EMP comes out. It doesn't deactivate the minefield. The timing isn't quite there. So there's a lot of damage taken by the Defiant that are sat on the card here, but looks like they're going to win out. They still got Mercy and Ana in play both, and Sato just needs a little bit more. Should be enough now with Kellex being removed in 2 minutes and 40 seconds thereabouts on the clock. Pretty good time for Toronto here, Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to get the same. Now you don't have Transcendence.
And there's the EMP. Reaper kept alive though. Nice job. Good presence of mind from Molfig there. I guess he wasn't hit with the EMP because he had defense matrix. Fair play to him. Last throw is down. Shax finally drawing some blood on a crucial target at that. That's 2 ticks now for London. Michelle steps up here. Hardy gets blown up once more, but Michelle won't get popped out into the self-destruct. It's a safe barrage there from Nice. Gets a bit of damage done, but that EMP comes out here from Blase. This could turn around. Nice catches him with the rockets. It may have all gone wrong again. I feel like I'm saying that all the time this series.
This is the most bizarre series ever. Toronto EMPs, they lose everybody. Then,
I mean, listen, the Spitfire don't have much to deal with Nice, and frankly, Reaper is very vulnerable to this kind of fire play from directly above. Blase, however, can do something about it. Nice gets his wings clipped, and Sato also gets caught up in that main choke. The Transcendence is used because the Spitfire have to use everything they have. They just throw themselves at this point with only 1 tick remaining. They'll have it.
Still a good defense, though, from Toronto. Right, down to 30 seconds on the clock. You get a fight win here in the streets phase.
Blase has to pull away. Sato is down, though, so he did go for the primal, and there was a nano boost in that fight, Matt. The Defiant have good ults. They have sick ults, in fact. And they get very little value with them.
What happened to Sato's primal?
I mean, it doesn't really matter because this is the fight where, I mean, ultimate economy less. Oh, nice! Yep, he was hacked. He was hacked by the EMP.
I wonder if Sato, like maybe got. No, I mean I would love to actually see what happened there. It feels like he got burnt down so fast.
Time to raise my EPM.
He got pile drive to end the fight. I don't know the rest, to be honest with you. There's a self-destruct, and that's just Molfig getting a remake here. Maybe another point here for the London Spitfires. The Defiant have just, I mean, it feels like they've started to play with half of the same capacity they had on point A. They looked extremely dodgy on that second phase of the map here, and they give the Spitfire a chance. Doesn't need Blase getting there and hacking Michelle when someone needs to be killed for or something similar. What a great little pulse bomb there. Nothing Kellex could have done. Reaper also dropping means that, well, that's that.
And that's good. That's exactly what you wanted to see.
Defiant continue to be stylistically nondescript in this meta, Matthew. Something that they've definitely faced scrutiny before in the past. Okay, he still was waiting for a chance to use his EMP. He just gets completely dumpstered. Shax's pulse bomb's also committed to that situation, so the Defiant did put on an enforced savings plan with some of these ultimates. Sato did primal, presumably to buy a little bit of time here. Don't know how much more he's expecting to get. His life, I guess, will take.
That's fine though, because you know you
need to get some value here. Another Shax pulse bomb would be big.
So that'll be a minefield on the point from Hardy. Kind of left everybody else though, like
he's got to
fend for themselves. Is okay? We got to get somebody on the cart. Okay, all right. We got Shax contesting the cart. For a second, I got scared.
He's being ignored for the most part, though. Ansuj didn't even bother looking at him there. Just delivering a pack to his front line and now deal with these flankers. This is where you love being Brig, frankly. You're just smacking him around, and there's not really much that can be done here. The London Spitfire lose Kellex and Shax here. Molfig might be their last chance, but he's shield bashed before he can touch. He'll get at least some more overtime going. And still the Spitfire will be forced to wait for that elusive first victory. It's the Defiant that close it out in 4.
And, you know, Toronto wins this series, Mitch, but it's an ugly one. It's a brawl.
Would you consider a
between
moral
these two
defeat,
teams.
perhaps?
I feel like if you're Toronto, you have to